Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Well, due to the weather, and it's not the heat, it's actually the rain, we're inside today. I'm here with Beth Terminella from 110 Realty Group, and we're going to talk about vacation rental sales. You know, when you have a vacation rental, there's certain times of the year you want to sell it, and you may not want to sell it other times. But this time of year, we're coming into fall, people are starting to think, well, I need to do maintenance, or man, you know, we're going to move and we're not going to be as close. And so,
yeah, it just depends with different people when's the best time to sell. There's not really any good time to sell.
good or bad?
Really no good time to sell. I mean, it could be financial reasons that you have to use the money for something else. Personal reasons, grandchildren don't come down as much.
Right.
You know, it's just different for different people. Of course, if you're trying to sell during this time of the year, where it's hot and heavy, getting those showings is going to be harder to get people in there. But
Because the house is reserved for vacation
right,
rentals.
exactly. So that makes it tough to show.
Well, the other thing is, if someone's looking to buy and get into the investment property, and we're going to do another show about short-term rentals.
Right.
You know, towards the end of the season might be when they want to start looking so that they can have it and be ready for the beginning of the next season.
Especially if it's a house that needs a little bit of work, or you want to go in and do your own special touches to it, which a lot of people are doing now. The end of the season would be the right time. Bringing it on in March would be the best time.
Best.
Yeah.
And I know we start seeing increase in stuff the end of January and then into February, because we've got Mardi Gras in February. We start seeing all our stuff on a ramp up as soon as New Year's Eve.
As soon as the first of the year. Yeah, there's really
Christmas.
no slow time anymore for
Not
the
anymore.
rental season.
And you said put your special touches. I noticed a lot of people are putting in, some are putting in pool tables, some are putting in jacuzzis, some
Hot
are
tubs,
even
pools.
pools
Yeah.
are even starting to come
it's
around.
happening.
So what can you tell people if they're thinking maybe they might want to sell or they might want to buy for this time of year?
Well, for sellers, if they're self-managing their property, they need to be aware of the rules for Airbnb. Number one, you can't transfer those. If you have those outstanding rentals out there, those cannot be transferred to the new owner.
And a lot of people use Airbnb, VRBO,
right,
HomeAway.
right. And I know with Airbnb, they cannot be transferred.
Okay.
And then so the homeowner who is using a property manager, a local property manager, or a nationwide property manager, whichever, you need to read your contract, because there's provisions in a lot of these contracts that protect the property manager.
Right.
So, I mean, the property manager's done the work. They've got those rentals out there. So
If you, I just have always said, if someone's getting it for an investment property, why would they want to get rid of rentals?
you'd be surprised. Most of them do not want the rentals
the
that are
rentals.
on the books.
That's just crazy,
Yeah.
because then you've got to start from scratch.
Right, and you could ruin a lot of people's vacations that they've already had planned.
Right.
So it's good to read your contract, see where that goes, see if you can get that buyer to accept those outstanding rentals. It's very important to check your contract, though, and
With
check
the property
with your
management.
property manager
Okay.
and with the whatever
VRBO.
VRBO that you're using. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I answered your question, though.
Well, I mean, it's just things that people need to think about if they're going to purchase or if they're going to sell their home.
Yeah.
Before they call a realtor out, they need to look at, you know, okay, we're not down here. We want to buy a lake house, or maybe we want to go on a extended vacation so we could use the money. That's capital gains.
Oh, and that's another thing. You need to talk to your tax advisor on
and
that.
see.
Yes, because you're either going to get hit with those capital gains even when it comes to the tax time, or if you talk to your financial advisor and they say, we can help you shelter that. Well, not necessarily shelter, but kick it down the road. They're the person to talk to about
And
that.
another thing, if you're selling one house, maybe you started out with a smaller home and you've got a chance to do a beachfront home. You can roll that money over.
Yes, and you could do a 1031 exchange.
1031.
I think that's
I
where
don't
you're
know
going.
much about it, but I do know that I've seen or heard of people where they sell one house because they're ready to get rid of it. It's depreciated. go
Right.
ahead and roll it into a new home. They buy the property, they start the home, and it helps them with the taxes a little bit. But
1031.
I'm
Yeah.
not a tax expert.
I'm not
so
either, and don't go quoting me on this, but
It will work.
it will work. It's not easy to do, and it's
Right.
sure as heck not easy to explain. So I would definitely, I know some experts that do it. I can help you through that, but definitely talk to a tax expert on that.
So what else do we need to cover
Okay.
on vacation rentals?
So some of the things that will help you sell it if you do have it in the vacation pool. Include all the furnishings. Most people do that sell on Bolivar. They sell it completely furnished. That means a lot to a homeowner coming in. Excuse me. They don't have to worry about bringing furniture in or furnishing the whole thing. Another thing to think about is calculating your rental income. You need to look at the whole picture. Some people just look at their net and give that number out, but that's not truly what you need to look at.
Right.
You need to look at what you're bringing in.
Your expenses?
No, that's an expense. I want to see the income. I want to see the income because I want to see how much you're getting for housekeepers. I want to see if you're getting a damage waiver on there because I may do it differently as a short-term rental. That buyer may do it differently as a short-term rental. So they need to see that whole picture.
Whole picture.
Yeah, it's important.
Okay.
And then sharing your contractors. So if you have a list of contractors that you use on a daily basis.
When an AC goes out or a refrigerator
Yes.
goes out or something.
It's important because those buyers, they may never even seen your house. So it's important to have a turnkey property.
Right.
That would help them a lot. Capitalize on your reviews. If you've got great 5-star reviews, everybody works hard to get those 5-star reviews. Capitalize on that, show that to the buyer. Have all those documents ready when you're ready to go on the market.
So that you can get full price.
Right.
You know, to show it's worth it. I know, reviews on Airbnb, VRBO, HomeAway, Google reviews.
Google reviews, yeah.
Those are tremendous now. In fact, a lot of businesses want you to go out and they'll send you an email saying, hey, you've done business with us, can you give us a review on Google or wherever? And that's really, with the internet today, that's got a lot of clout on it.
Oh, yeah, especially on Airbnb because you get to that status of superhost, and that really
helps.
Yeah, it really does. And, talk to an agent. Talk to your local real estate agent, whether it's me, whether it's anybody on the peninsula, somebody who's experienced with short-term rentals.
Well, and we're starting to see some realtor signs down here where they've got a friend that has a house down here. They've got, met someone at a restaurant or through a business, and all of a sudden they're going to sell a house down here, but they may be in Conroe or San Antonio. Your house really can't get represented right if you're not here. Whether it's Beth, and Greg and I talk about this, no matter who, you really need to deal because the local realtors know about the A zone, they know about the V zone, they know about insurance and flood insurance and contractors and stuff like that. And you use an outside realtor and you're not going to get a true what you need to know, or, well, let me call you back on that. And then 9 times out of 10, they call one of the realtors down here. Well, that's not the job,
Look, I'll do anything for my sellers and make sure that they get taken care of. And if it's an outside agent from not the area, doesn't know the area, I'm going to do everything I can to get that buyer to closing because that's my job. And I would think any other agent would do the same thing. What I think is really important, though, is that they know short-term rentals because there's a lot of details that go into it.
And I know, Beth, you work with several people down here, a lot of people that are into short-term rentals to get them the best house, to look at the vacation rentals if it's got history, or say, hey, if you're going to build on this lot I sell you, you ought to look at this or talk to this person. So anyway, if people want to get a hold of you because they've got questions either on, hey, I'm thinking about selling my home, hey, I'm wanting to buy a home and get into short-term rentals, hey, I just want to buy a home for my family. How can they get hold of you?
Call me. 214-801-9801. Come see me. My office is
Catty corner
Yeah.
from the big store.
Yeah, it's right
and
over
she's
there.
got a sign on the
I
building
do have
now.
a sign.
It's actually a house, but she uses it for an office. Great location in the center of Crystal Beach. And, you know, Beth has been with us almost a year now. And we've been doing shows, showcasing rentals. Now we're going to start doing shows at least through the winter, on different topics to do with real estate, like today's rentals. I think our next show is we're actually going to be talking with a short-term rental person.
Yeah, he's an investor and
you talking about different things if you want to get into short-term rentals, because it is a big business down here. And still be able to the benefit of having a beach home. We're going to talk about homes for sale, and so stick around because we've got some great shows coming up, starting the end of the summer and going to run through the fall and the winter. So anyway, Beth, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back next week. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. 110 Realty Group on Bolivar Peninsula, located in Crystal Beach, Texas, believes finding the perfect home or property is a necessity for every client, that it's crucial to provide relevant, up-to-date information on the market, properties, and homes for sale to each and every seller or buyer. Keeping up with the market in today's world is how 110 Realty Group exceeds expectations for their clients. 110 Realty Group in Crystal Beach, Texas are your real estate sales professionals, both in beach home sales and property sales. Finding the perfect custom home on Bolivar Peninsula is a specialty of Beth Terminella and Leslie Armstrong. Keeping up with the daily changes and available homes, properties, and the changing market makes 110 Realty Group the choice for several custom builders for spec homes and investors looking for short-term rentals, along with home buyers looking for that perfect beach house for their family. 110 Realty Group for all your real estate needs on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County and